In a quiet town nestled at the edge of a vast forest, there lived three adventurous children named Mike, Molly, and Mo. They were filled with curiosity and always yearned to explore the mysteries that lay beyond the safety of their backyard. One bright sunny morning, the children found themselves enticed by the allure of the forest. Despite their parents' stern warnings and pleas to stay within the familiar boundaries of their neighborhood, the children's eagerness overcame their better judgment, and they ventured into the woods. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the once familiar trees seemed to grow taller and closer together, casting eerie shadows that danced across their path. The sounds of howling wolves, croaking frogs, and mysterious bird calls surrounded them, filling their hearts with unease. The branches above crackled loudly from the wind blowing high above, as if whispering secrets in the encroaching darkness. Fear began to tighten its grip on the children's hearts as the sun dipped lower, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. They realized they were lost, their surroundings unfamiliar and foreboding. As darkness began to fall in the woods, Mike, Molly, and Mo huddled together, their faces etched with fear, their voices trembling as they shared their concerns. Mike, his eyes wide with unease, spoke first. "Did you hear that? Those howling wolves sound so close. What if they come after us? We're just kids. We don't know how to defend ourselves against them." Molly, shivering, added, "And did you hear those frogs? Their croaking is so loud and eerie. It's like they're surrounding us. I've never heard anything like it. What if they're dangerous too?" Mo, his voice barely above a whisper, said, "I saw those strange shadows moving among the trees. I can't help but imagine all sorts of creatures lurking out there. It's so dark and unknown. What if something's watching us right now?" The three children exchanged worried glances, the weight of their isolation and vulnerability pressing down on them. "And what if we're lost forever?" Mike's voice wavered. "What if nobody finds us? Our parents must be so worried." Molly's eyes glistened with tears. "I can't stop thinking about how scared they must be. Will they ever know what happened to us? Will we ever see them again?" Mo's shoulders slumped. "I know we shouldn't have ignored our parents' warnings. They told us not to come this far into the woods. What if they're angry with us for not listening?" Tears welled up in Mike's eyes. "I just want to go home. I want to hear my mom's voice and feel my dad's hug. But now, what if we never get the chance?" Molly reached out, placing a trembling hand on Mike's shoulder. "We have to stay strong for each other. We can't give up hope." As the sounds of the woods continued to echo around them, the children clung to each other, finding solace in their shared fears and hopes. Lost in the unknown, they faced the uncertainty of the night, grappling with their fears of the creatures lurking in the darkness and the worry that they might never be reunited with their families. Yet they held on to the belief that their parents' love would guide them home, even if they were faced with their parents' understandable concern and frustration. The forest sounds, once distant and intriguing, now took on an unsettling tone, making their hearts race. "I think we should turn back," Molly said, her voice wavering as she glanced nervously at the twisted path behind them. "We've gone too far." Mike, ever the adventurous one, shook his head. "Nah, I'm sure we can find our way through. We just need to keep going straight." Mo, caught in the middle, rubbed his arms as if trying to ward off a chill. "I don't know, guys. This place is really starting to give me the creeps. Maybe we should have listened to our parents." A tense silence settled over them as they stood at the crossroads of uncertainty. The rustling leaves seemed to mock their indecision, and the air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding. "Look, we can't just stand here," Mike finally said, his voice tinged with frustration. "If we turn back now, we'll be admitting defeat." "But what if we get even more lost?" Molly countered, her fear evident in her wide eyes. As they debated, their emotions began to simmer, and frustration turned to argument. Voices rose, each child's fear translating into stubbornness. "We're supposed to stick together!" Mo's voice quivered with a mix of anxiety and anger. "This arguing isn't helping anything." Mike's face flushed with frustration. "Well, what do you want to do then? Just sit here and do nothing?" Before anyone could respond, Molly's voice cracked, her eyes brimming with tears. "Stop it, both of you! We're lost, and we're scaring each other more." The realization hit them like a jolt. They were in this together, and their bickering only deepened their fear. Mo's shoulders slumped, and he sighed heavily. "You're right, Molly. We need to calm down and figure this out together." As the sun sank lower, casting long shadows through the woods, the children took a deep breath and huddled close. Their fear was a palpable presence, but in their unity, they found a glimmer of hope. "We need a plan," Molly said, her voice steadier now. "Let's retrace our steps back to where we started. Maybe we can find something familiar." Mike nodded, contrition in his eyes. "Yeah, and we'll keep talking to each other. No more arguing." With their hands tightly linked, the children turned back, retracing their steps through the darkening woods. Fear still lingered, but as they moved forward as a team, their unity began to push back against the shadows. In the midst of their fear and disorientation, their bond proved stronger, a beacon of hope guiding them through the uncertainty that lay ahead. Back at home, the children's absence did not go unnoticed. Concern etched deep lines on their parents' faces as they hastily organized a rescue party. They searched the surrounding areas, calling out their names in desperation, their voices laced with worry. The children sat beneath the sprawling branches of the big oak tree, their hearts heavy with worry. Just as their fears seemed to envelop them, a hush fell over the woods, and a majestic white owl glided down from the treetops, its large, luminous eyes fixed on them. In a voice that was at once soothing and authoritative, the owl began to speak. "Children," it began, its voice carrying a wisdom that seemed ancient. "The woods can be both wondrous and treacherous. Your parents warned you for a reason, to protect you from the dangers that dwell within. But now, you find yourselves here, surrounded by the unknown." Mo, Mike, and Molly exchanged glances, captivated by the owl's presence and the comforting yet firm way it addressed them. "I sense your fear," the owl continued. "The howls, the croaks, and the shadows are all but the voices of the wild, reminding you that you are guests in their realm. Yet I must ask you, which path did you take to enter this place?" Molly, her voice small, responded, "We followed the stream from the meadow, but then we lost our way." The owl nodded, its white feathers gleaming in the dim light. "Very well. I shall muster the friendly forces of the woods to watch over you, the gentle creatures, the rustling leaves, and the moonlight that pierces through the branches. You see, not everything in the woods is to be feared." Mo couldn't help but ask, "Will we ever see our families again? Will they be angry with us?" The owl's gaze softened. "Your family's love runs deep, and while they might feel anger at first, it is the worry that outweighs it. Your parents, too, were once young and curious. They know the allure of the woods, but now it is my task to guide you through this night." As if on cue, the owl spread its wings, its form a silhouette against the darkening sky. "Fear not, for I will lead your rescuers to you. My call will echo through the trees, guiding them with my voice as the North Star guides the lost traveler. Keep close to this oak tree, my young friends. Wrap yourselves in its sheltering arms, for dawn will break, and the dangers of the night will fade." With those words, the owl soared into the night, its ethereal form disappearing among the leaves. The children, still huddled together, found a glimmer of hope in the owl's assurances. They clung to each other, seeking warmth in their bond and shelter in the embrace of the oak tree, as the sounds of the woods transformed from fearsome to comforting. And above it all, the owl's distant call echoed, a promise of rescue and reunion. Meanwhile, the search party continued their arduous efforts, growing weary and disheartened. It was then that they heard a distinct and piercing scream echoing through the trees, accompanied by the rhythmic flapping of wings. Intrigued and desperate for any sign of the children, a few brave men decided to follow the mysterious sound. Through thick underbrush and tangled vines, the men pushed forward, their hearts filled with both hope and trepidation. And there, amidst the encroaching darkness, they saw the giant white owl, its wings spread wide, leading them to the hidden spot where the children lay. guided by flashlights that cut through the enveloping darkness. With each step, they stumbled over gnarled tree roots and hidden branches that seemed to leap out at them from the shadows. Frustration mingled with their worry as they struggled to keep up with the giant white owl's rapid flight. "Can't believe we're trudging around in the middle of the night following a bird," one of the men grumbled, his voice laced with exhaustion. "And all this undergrowth, these tree roots are ancient and big." Another searcher, his foot caught by a particularly stubborn root, cursed under his breath. "If I didn't know any better, I'd think these woods were playing tricks on us. That owl doesn't seem to care that we're not as graceful as it." A third man, his flashlight flickering as he tried to find his footing, chimed in, "Well, it's all for those kids. They should have listened to their parents, shouldn't have gone wandering off like that." As they continued their stumbling pursuit, doubts began to creep in. "You think that owl knows where it's going?" one searcher questioned skeptically. "I mean, it's a bird, not a GPS." Another searcher, wiping sweat from his brow, added, "And those sounds? I can't tell what's real and what's just my imagination. This whole forest is like a maze." A murmur of agreement rippled through the group. "We've been following that owl for what feels like hours," someone sighed. "Are we even getting any closer to finding those kids?" Their weariness and frustration were palpable, but a spark of determination still flickered. "Come on, guys," one searcher rallied. "We can't give up now. Those children are out here somewhere, scared and alone. We've got to keep moving, keep trying to follow that owl." As they pressed on, the owl's calls echoed through the trees, a beacon of hope cutting through the doubts and complaints. The men's steps might have been faltering, but their collective spirit remained unyielding. They understood that this endeavor was about more than their own discomfort. It was about bringing the lost children back to their worried families. And so, they trudged on through the tangled underbrush, stumbling and tripping, their complaints mingling with the night sounds of the woods. Despite the challenges, they carried with them the weight of responsibility and a glimmer of hope that the owl's guidance would eventually lead them to the children they were determined to rescue. The search party's voices echoed through the woods, their calls growing louder as they pressed forward. "Mike! Molly! Mo!" they shouted, their voices carrying a mixture of worry and relief. Each name was called out with increasing urgency, the darkness around them seeming to amplify the anxiety in their voices. And then, as if a miracle had occurred, a faint sound reached their ears, a soft whimper, a sound both plaintive and hopeful. "Did you hear that?" one of the searchers exclaimed, his voice a mixture of excitement and disbelief. "It sounded like someone." Heartbeats quickened, and they followed the source of the sound, their flashlights cutting through the night. And then, through the tangle of trees and undergrowth, they saw them. 3 small figures huddled together beneath the branches of a towering oak tree. "Over here!" a voice cried out, and it was a voice both young and fragile, tinged with relief. The children's faces were streaked with dirt and tear stains, but their eyes lit up at the sight of their rescuers. The search party rushed forward, their own exhaustion momentarily forgotten as they knelt beside the children. "Are you okay? Are you hurt?" Their questions tumbled out in a flurry. Molly's voice was shaky but filled with gratitude. "We're scared, but we're okay. The owl, it led us here." Mike nodded, his voice a mixture of awe and reassurance. "Yeah, it talked to us and told us to stay under the tree." One of the searchers gently put a hand on Mo's shoulder. "You've had quite the adventure, haven't you?" Mo managed a small smile, his relief evident. "Yeah, we're just really glad you found us." The search party's exhaustion was replaced by a surge of relief and purpose. "We're going to get you home," one of the men said, his voice steady and comforting. "Your families are worried sick, but they're waiting for you. Let's get you out of here." As the rescuers helped the children to their feet, their flashlights illuminated a scene of tear-streaked faces and relieved smiles. The children's fears had been real, their night in the woods a harrowing experience, but now they were surrounded by caring faces, by voices that held a promise of safety and reunion. The woods that had seemed so foreboding earlier that night now felt like a place of triumph. The rescue party, tired and weary, held the children close, guiding them through the darkness toward the light beyond the trees. And as they emerged from the woods, the children's families rushed forward. Tears of relief streamed down the parents' faces as they caught sight of their lost little ones. They rushed forward, embracing them tightly, their voices filled with a mixture of overwhelming joy and gentle scolding. The children, overwhelmed by the emotions and the realization of the danger they had faced, clung to their parents, vowing to never wander off again. In the days that followed, the children witnessed the depth of their parents' love and concern. They saw the tears of worry that had been shed and the sleepless nights spent longing for their safe return. The lesson was etched deep within their hearts, to trust their parents' wisdom and guidance, for they wanted nothing more than to protect them from harm. And so the children and their families emerged from the forest with a newfound appreciation for the bonds that held them together. The children, forever changed by their adventure, would forever carry the lesson of obedience and the importance of heeding their parents' warnings. From that day forward, Mike, Molly, and Mo understood the value of family and the precious gift of safety and security, cherishing every moment spent under the watchful eyes of their parents. As they sat by the fireplace that evening, wrapped in cozy blankets, their parents shared tales of their own childhood adventures and the lessons they had learned. They spoke of the dangers that lurked in the unknown, the importance of trust, and the boundless love that fueled their worries. "I remember when I was a young girl," their mother began, her voice soft and filled with nostalgia. "I too ventured into the woods against my parents' wishes. It was a similar experience, and I learned the hard way about the importance of listening to those who care about you." Their father nodded, adding his own story. "Yes, I was headstrong and full of curiosity, but it was through getting lost and finding my way back that I realized how much my parents loved and worried about me." The children listened intently, their young minds absorbing the wisdom that flowed from their parents' words. They understood that their parents' warnings were not meant to stifle their sense of adventure, but to protect them from harm. From that day forward, Mike, Molly, and Mo cherished their parents' guidance, recognizing the depth of their love and the desire to keep them safe. They vowed to never again venture into the unknown without permission, knowing that their parents' words carried a weight of wisdom and experience. And so, the children and their families lived harmoniously in their cozy town, filled with love, adventure within safe boundaries, and a newfound appreciation for the precious gift of family. The lessons learned in the forest would forever shape their lives, reminding them to trust and listen to those who cared for them the most. As the fire crackled, casting dancing shadows on the walls, the family sat together, enjoying each other's company. And in that moment, the children realized that the greatest adventures were not found in the mysterious depths of the forest, but in the warmth and love of their own home. And so, the story of Mike, Molly, and Mo became a cherished tale, a reminder to children everywhere to heed the words of their parents and to find adventure and joy within the safe embrace of their loving families. The end. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed our original story. Author Lee Olson. Narration by Antoni. Follow us and subscribe for more children's stories to come.